I'm always in a random mood when it comes to video games. Most of the time, I play games to feel like this. But every once in a while, I want a video game to make me feel like this.
Ah! No! Yes! No!
Sorry about that.
No! Oh! What? What? No!
I feel within
Oh my
me
God!
a peace
No!
above all
No!
earthly dignities.
No!
A still and quiet consciousness.
Oh! 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 God!
A long time ago in the year 2017, a game was released with the sole purpose of making streamers lose their minds. That game was Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, a Bennett Foddy joint, and Knuckles. In this game, the player controls a bald, buff, naked man in an iron cauldron who has to make his way up a mountain with nothing but a hammer. It is difficult. The controls of Getting Over It are pretty hard to get good with, and screwing up will often send the player flying backwards, destroying their progress. There are no checkpoints, and very little is stopping the bucket boy from falling all the way down to the very beginning of the game. For most people, Getting Over It is only a spectator sport. They watch from the sidelines and let someone else lose their shit over a $10 Steam game. At one point during the game, the narration even says how it's likely that you, the person listening, are probably just watching a stream or YouTube video rather than actually playing the game. This makes perfect sense though, because most people don't need to put themselves through this type of hardship for no reason. But if you're watching this, you might be different. Maybe you hear the siren song of the potman, and you know you can't back down from this challenge. You know you want to climb that mountain. Maybe even get over it?
Like the name of the game?
It's the name of the game. The first thing you should know if you're thinking about picking up Getting Over It is that the game is technically really short. In fact, you can do it all in 2 minutes. Just like this guy, Distortion 2. But he did have to play the game for 235 hours to be able to do that, so your results may vary. I personally found that the game took me about 8 hours to finish, because I'm terrible at everything. The next thing you should know is that you've probably already played a Bennett Foddy game. What marvelous masterpiece did this beautiful man bless the world with before making this horrible trash game? He made QWOP. If you aren't among the huge amount of people that got to play QWOP in a computer lab in middle school or high school, allow me to introduce you to your new nightmare. In QWOP, all you have to do is run to the right. There are no obstacles and no enemies. It sounds like the easiest game in the world. Baby cakes, easy stuff, right? Stupid baby game. No, again, because Bennett Foddy made it, it's incredibly difficult. Either Bennett Foddy is an alien who doesn't know how human legs work, or he was trying to emulate what it's like to run after your legs have been run over by a truck. In either case, you control the muscles in the legs of your runner individually, and they're bound to Q, W, O, and P respectively, which is where the game gets its name. If you haven't played it, just go Google it and try it out. It's free. If you think it looks easy, you definitely need to try it, just real quick. And before anyone comments below with, QWOP isn't that hard, I'm really good at QWOP, people need to get good at these games. Come on, man, I mean, get real. Maybe you should just get good. I actually think the controls in QWOP are pretty accurate. If you had to individually think about moving each muscle in your legs, you'd immediately fall on your face, which is what the majority of players do the first 200 times they play the game. Speaking of falling on your face, and getting back to the topic of this video at large, the most important aspect of Getting Over It is not the getting over it, it's falling, and failing, and feeling defeated. If you were able to complete Getting Over It with no mistakes, no hiccups, no little boo-boos on your first go, then you're not gonna get what Getting Over It really has to offer. The name of the game is a double entendre. Yes, you need to get up the mountain and get over it, and get over obstacles, but really, much more importantly, you need to learn how to overcome the horrible sense of defeat that this game will instill in you. And that's the whole point of the game, is to make you feel this awful pit in your stomach, wretched loss. Because when you fall down that mountain, there have been no checkpoints. What you've just done has been in vain. You haven't gained any experience points, or advanced the story, or anything, really. You've just wasted your time. Or so it seems. And as you rage quit out and go do something else for a little while, you calm down, and the tension that built up from playing goes away. But then you hear the siren song of the Bucket Boy once again and sit down for another festival of rage. But this time, you notice that you're a little bit better than you were when you quit out just a few hours ago. And you have a good few minutes of getting higher than you ever have before. But then, it happens again. You fall, you fail, you lose progress, and you start to become worse at the game. You get tense, you lose focus, you get angry, and you can't take it as slow as you once were. You can't actually make progress anymore. So you rage quit again, and you walk away, and the cycle continues. You come back, and you notice you're even better than you were before. It's like you're getting over it. Skills need time to bake before you can take them out of the oven and actually eat them. But then once you start eating them, this metaphor falls apart. Anyway, the point is, if you get mad at the game and put it down, just give yourself some time and come back, because you might be surprised at what you're able to do. If you can hang in there until the very end and finally make it up the mountain, you're going to be treated to one of the most blissful moments in gaming. Something about the simplicity of the game, combined with its high difficulty, makes it really, really rewarding to beat. More rewarding than beating Dark Souls for the first time, beating Cuphead for the first time, or beating your stepsister for the first time. It's that special feeling that's kind of hard to come by in today's games, that just leaves you glowing for a while. You feel better about life for a minute. And honestly, that's the highest praise I could possibly give a video game, that it will change your outlook on life, even just for a little while. And hey, even if you don't beat it, it will still change your outlook on life. You'll just finally have that confirmation of what you've always known, that you're a filthy scrub who deserves nothing in life. Have a great day.
Subscribe to Tube Daddy, the best toothpaste to TV you can ever brush your mind with.